Tonight on 2020, Friday, November 23rd, 2007.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
And these people have done it better than anybody. The search for the new Guinness World Record holders. Her name's Lee, but these aren't press-on nails.
I had seen pictures.
But didn't believe, right?
She squeezed her stomach into a human hourglass.
Oh my God.
And forget snakes on a plane. For this record, it's snakes in the tub. Why?
They think I'm interesting, even if they think I'm crazy.
Tonight, we travel the world over, from Texas to Utah, China to the Ukraine, for the man who was born to break records.
I think he can stop squeezing now.
And the self-proclaimed nerd who spent a lifetime breaking more records than anybody. So set your stopwatch, get out your tape measure, and let the record breaking begin.
I can do anything better than you.
So how far would you go to get into the Guinness World Records book? Some people have altered their own bodies because their eyes were on the prize and everyone else's eyes are on them. Here's Jay Shabler.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
You hate to stare, but it's impossible not to. While the Guinness World Record book is full of folks who are born into their condition, these two women have chosen to modify their bodies into a world record.
Hi, my name is Lee Redmond, and I hold the Guinness World Record for the longest fingernails on a female.
I can do anything better than you.
I'm Kathy Young. I hold the Guinness World Record for the smallest waist on a living person.
Anything you can be, I can be greater.
My waist is 15 inches inside my corset.
For them, beauty's not just skin deep. It's as narrow as a mayonnaise jar and longer than, well, you'd ever imagine.
I had seen pictures.
But didn't believe, right?
Goodness.
The last time 66-year-old Lee Redmond cut her nails, Jimmy Carter was in the White House. And Billy Joel was insisting, "I love you just the way you are." Though he probably was not imagining 33-inch nails.
Now here's my first question.
That are still growing.
It's a lovely ring.
Okay.
How do you get that on and off?
Do you want to see?
Yes, I would like to see. Go slow.
Oh.
Living in a house that would have made Liberace blush, Lee still somehow manages to do all the everyday things, including driving a car. She just does it all with a total of 27 feet of stiff protein dangling like wagon wheels from her hands.
If you wanted to scratch your ear right now, how would you do that?
Well, up to the side this way I go. And I don't pick my nose. Some guy told me
that
if I
was
would-
actually going to be my next question. You use cell phones?
Of course.
All right, I want to see this. How would you use that?
I would take it this way, and then I need a little bit of room here, and then I would just punch.
Your knuckles.
Yeah.
Hello, yes, I'm with the woman who has the longest fingernails in the world.
Precisely why Lee started growing her nails is lost in the mist of her memory and the Guinness World Record book lore. But by the time they reached 3.5 inches, she had started turning heads.
Nobody wants to be a nobody, you know. Everybody would love to do something different, you know.
Yes, of course. That's.
Yeah, it's like, what can I do? What could I do?
Growing gargantuan fingernails might not be the obvious answer, but in the realm of Guinness, things can get a little distorted. Take Kathy Young, for instance. She and her husband's fascination with all things Victorian led to her pursuit of the perfect hourglass figure.
I was sort of a teenager in the 50s when small waists were in vogue at that time. And when I got into my 40s and the kids were gone, I realized that I was going the way of all women my age and starting to look a little dumpy and frumpy.
Enter the corset, that Victorian secret that everyone from Scarlett O'Hara to Keira Knightley have suffered through.
Well, women in London must have learnt not to breathe.
Wearing a corset is, to me now, is a way of life, something I do 24 hours a day. Of course, with the Guinness Book being as popular as it is, people do recognize me.
Oh my God.
Of course, being recognized isn't always a good thing. Just ask the kids.
I think it's really weird because I wonder how she gets her waist that in.
Probably be really unhealthy, even if it's like that, because, you know, you hold so many things in this part of your body, like your liver and your digestive system and stuff like that, and it'd be unhealthy.
Fortunately, Kathy's husband sees things differently.
I like the corseted shape, the silhouette. I always did.
In fact, Bob Young, an orthopedic surgeon, says the corseted body is perfectly safe and has the x-rays to prove it.
The corset will decrease the space in your stomach, so she doesn't eat large amounts at one time. She eats smaller amounts at one time, which is probably better anyway. The same thing happens when a person has their stomach stapled. So you're really not shifting organs all around like some people envision.
Kathy's now held the Guinness title for smallest waist 6 years running. And for the most part, fame's been kind. Celebrity designers have stitched her dresses. Famous photographers have snapped her picture. And if you think she's a hit in this country...
Yes, please.
One of the programs we did in Tokyo was to see people's reactions on the street. We went to a kimono shop and had a kimono fitted to me.
I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
But what Guinness giveth, Guinness can taketh away. Look what page they put Lee and her fingernails on this year.
When you come to yours, I noticed, it's on this double page, but it has this, it's listed as the grossest world records.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that that was going to be how they listed you?
No. In fact, when I did speak with them, I told them that I didn't remember entering that category. And I was very, very upset over this page.
That really hurt you.
It did.
Deeply.
It did. And to the point of I was contemplating suicide.
Psychiatrist Gail Saltz.
Absolutely. I would suspect that quite a few people in Guinness don't see themselves as others necessarily do. And when someone's self-image is fragile and it takes a real blow like that, it does make them think about killing themselves.
In fact, according to Lee, the previous fingernail record holder was so emotionally shaken when he finally cut them off, he tried to glue them back on again.
You often say that you can cut them off at any time.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, you can't, can you?
You know, maybe it's the fear of cutting part of me.
But which part and why?
Yeah, I wish I knew why.
You yourself have had a struggle figuring out why you've done this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Every day, questioning why.
But weep not for Lee. She's convinced Guinness World Record Book to remove her from the grossest page and return her to her former place of honor, longest fingernails. That deserves a toast, or better yet, a manicure.
Who does nails here?
That'd be Sharon.
Sharon, do you do the nails, some of the nails for the shop here?
Oh yeah, I do nails for a living. I do nails. Not like that.
If you had to pick out a color for her, what for nails? Where are your nail colors?
Right there. We have a few. You need an airbrush machine, honey.
I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I